Welcome to the Bama Podcast. My name is Owen Barnes, and welcome to the show. So, I'm going to use this video to give everybody kind of a heads up as to who I am, what I'm doing, and what you should keep in mind for this podcast. What are you going to expect? So, my name's Owen Barnes, as I mentioned. I graduated from the University of Alabama in 2019. I was a sports PR major. I had some experience working with the athletic department and ticket sales. I met some really, really cool people while I was in school there. I was able to meet, different athletes. I had classes with Jalen Hurts or Mac Jones, and, you see Tua around, you see Derrick Henry. So athletics has always been something that you see, as a student. But even before being a student, I grew up in Shelby County, which is about an hour and 15 from Tuscaloosa. So, as anybody else that grows up in this state, you pick Alabama or you pick Auburn. And I picked Alabama. And so it's been something that's been always a part of me. And sports has been something that I've always grown up loving. I played baseball when I was younger, played golf when I was in high school, and still to this day. Me and my dad grew up going to the SEC baseball tournaments in Hoover, 30, 40 minutes from our house. So, sports and college sports is something that I've just grown up being around and loving. And especially with Alabama not having a pro team, I follow Alabama as if it's a pro team. But I don't just follow the football team. I follow the basketball team. I follow, the baseball team, softball, you name it. I probably follow it or have an idea how that team's doing. So I started this basketball season with the Substack. I write at barnesonbama.substack.com. It'll be linked in the description of this. But, I've been writing articles about the basketball team. I started with, just breakdowns of who the new guys on the team are. There are a lot of transfers. And, I break down the coaching staff and then, previews, post-game, what happened. And it's something that I really enjoyed doing. And so to go as a part of that, I wanted to start releasing some videos. These are going to be, somewhere in the 20 to 30 minute range. If I start having guests, which I do have some plans for different guests, whether they be journalists, fans of other teams, or, that we might be playing, or, anything of that sort, those might be a little longer, but, going to be relatively short, 20 to 30 minute podcasts and videos to kind of break down everything that's going on, right? These are going to steer a little bit more towards basketball, football, and probably a little bit more baseball. I will cover the other sports as things happen, as gymnastics, softball, if women's soccer makes the Final Four, goes on a playoff run. I definitely will cover those other teams as important things happen during their season. But my focus is probably going to be mostly on basketball, football, and then some baseball content. So that's kind of who I am, what the plan for this is. If you're interested in following along, then feel free to like and subscribe here to the channel. This is going to be posted kind of everywhere you get your podcasts, as well as on YouTube. And if you're interested in reading more about what I'm up to, the Substack is the place to go. So like I said, that's barnesonbama.substack.com. And immediately following this, feel free to check that out. There's going to be some episodes breaking down the Alabama-Auburn game that they lost down on the Plains, and, recapping what's going to happen. The team is at a spot where they've lost the second game in conference. They're not down and out. They still control their own destiny. They're tied for first place. And, what does that entail? What's happening? We're going to Baton Rouge on Saturday. What does the team need to do? What do they need to get better at? What's working? And then also with an off week coming up, is there anything I want to see changed? Because Oates will often talk about you don't make changes during a short week, but when you have a full week to prepare, if there's something that they wanted to change, they are going to have a few extra practices. So that's something else I'm curious and want to talk about. So if you're interested in hearing more about that content or being involved, whether it comes to football, basketball, baseball, or just anything Alabama athletics, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please throw them in the description. I'm happy, or in the comment box. I'm happy to answer any of those as they come up. But thank you for watching, and there will be a video posted immediately with this one, breaking down that Auburn game and LSU game as I mentioned. Thanks.